It is not quite as bouncy as what it claims on under the pull tab there, but yes, I'm going to give it bouncy. So testing is complete and the scores are in, and this is the full review of the Puma MagMax Nitro. But before we get into it, a big shout out to my #1 running store, the Running Company at Geelong. I've got a link to their website in the description. Make sure you go check out that and check out all their running gear. And also guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So the MagMax is a neutral max cushion running shoe. So it's coming in at a pretty maxed out price too here in Australia, $280 and $180 in the US. Now in the weight, for such a chunky shoe, it's scraping under the 300 gram mark. As you can see there, 290 grams or 10.2 ounces. That's in a men's size 9. Now in the stack, massive stack here. So 46 in the rear, 38 in the front, and that's going to give us a 8mm drop. And in the scores, so for the price, yes, it is a pretty expensive shoe. It's pretty high quality, it's well made. Is there any value in it? Well, I'd love to see it about $10 cheaper. That's why it's getting 7 out of 10. And in the weight, as I said before, for such a big, chunky shoe to be scraping under 300 grams, I'm pretty happy with that. That's why it's getting 7.5 out of 10. And in the upper, so the material that they're using is a engineered mesh, and the breathability in this shoe is not too bad either. The style of the shoe though, the upper actually looks quite traditional, but I really like the look of this shoe. We've got a pretty solid heel counter here at the back. We've got a little hidden message under the pull tab at the back. Haven't had to use the pull tab. In the padding department, probably a medium amount around the heel collar there. No padding on the tongue, but the tongue for me is the best feature on this shoe. It is a stretch knit tongue. It's amazing, and there's lots of holes through it. It's got a bit of a pull tab too on the tongue, which I do use just to get my foot into the shoe. But yeah, this stretch knit tongue is amazing. It's gusseted, does a great job to hold the foot onto the shoe. Now with our laces, we've got some premium feeling laces here. So by the look there, they are quite thin, but they're quite like well made. They're pretty robust. So they haven't come undone, but they do a great job here of tying up. The lockdown in this shoe is excellent. No dramas whatsoever, no heel slippage. Leading into the fit, so this is probably the best fitting Puma that I have tried on in a long time. The fit, true to size in the length. And in the width, I think at the toe box width is just perfect. So it's not too wide, it's not too narrow. The fit of this shoe, it doesn't have that overly pointy toe part like a lot of Pumas do, and they come up a bit long and they come up a bit narrow. This shoe doesn't have that issue. The build quality here is excellent, and the stepping comfort is absolutely amazing. So for the scores, there is not too much to complain about here in this upper. I absolutely love it. So comfortable, great quality, 9.5 out of 10. And in the outsole, so it's great to see that they're using the market-leading Puma grip. So if you're not familiar with Puma grip, it is exceptional in all conditions. It's the rubber compound that Puma are now using on their bottom of the shoes. The durability is okay as well. Now what surprised me about this shoe, it is showing signs of wear in my high wear area. So it's pretty much worn all the way through to the rubber on my heel on the lateral side here. Now that for me is unusually fast, but it could just be down to the way this shoe is shaped and how it conflicts with my running style. But I'm not overly concerned about that. It doesn't affect the performance of the shoe. It doesn't affect the grip of the shoe. It is still excellent. So you can't really fault Puma grip. If I could probably change anything on the bottom of this, I'd probably say a little bit less rubber would be nice, and probably to reduce the thickness, because the rubber compound on the bottom is quite thick, and that's probably why these lugs at the back have probably worn down so fast. But apart from that, I love Puma grip. That's why it's getting 9 out of 10. And in the midsole, so the foam that they are using is their Nitro foam. So it is a nitrogen injected foam, and it is a massive slab of that. So probably the biggest slab of foam that they have ever put in a shoe. There's no plate in this shoe, no carbon plate, no other plate, but it's still a pretty stiff shoe. As you can see there, I'm putting a fair bit of force to bend that. Now in our geometry, we have got a 4-foot rocker here, and it is quite nice and accommodating. So it's very easy to get onto at a variety of paces, which I really like. And in the ride, so the first word that comes to mind is bouncy. So It is not quite as bouncy as what it claims on under the pull tab there, but yes, I'm going to give it bouncy. There is other bouncy shoes on the market, but this is certainly up there. Now, the bounce in this shoe is quite different to what you may have experienced in other shoes. So it is nitro foam. So nitro foam doesn't compress as much as other foams, so other EVA foams or even those Puma super foams. So you don't compress into this foam as much. And the rebound in this shoe and also these other nitro foams, it's actually quite fast. So it's a quick decompression, so it springs you out quite quickly. So that results in a bit of an energetic ride. There's a bit of pop in the ride. However, due to the size of the shoe and the bulkiness, it doesn't come across as a responsive or a quick shoe for me. Stability is pretty good, so I'm having no issues with any instability, even though it is such a high stack, but it's got a really wide base, so I'm pretty sure-footed in this shoe. With so much of that nitro foam, there's certainly no road feel in this shoe, and this rocker, as I said before, it's in a really nice spot, so it's easy to get onto no matter what pace that you're going, so you can really feel it still even at those easy paces. The best shoe, so for me, certainly those easy days. So your easy pace runs is where this shoe is going to shine. Also, your recovery run, so when your legs are absolutely beat up and you just need to take the weight off them, but you still need to get the Ks or you need to tick the miles up, this shoe is going to be great for that as well. Long runs, yes, certainly those long and slow, those long runs where you just need to have time on your feet and tick the legs over, this one is also going to be a great option for that. Workouts, can you do it in? I'm not going to recommend it for a workout. It's a bit too heavy and chunky for me. Can you race in this shoe? Well, if you are doing a marathon where you just want to finish and you want a nice comfortable shoe, then this would probably be a good option for that as well. Now, who is this shoe best for? Well, I think most people are going to get along with this shoe. Unless you are a runner that requires a lot of guidance or a lot of stability, then you could probably stay away from this one. But everyone else, I don't know too many people that this shoe won't work for, because yeah, it is just a really amazing shoe. So some other options if you are considering this shoe. So first one that's coming to mind is the Asics Super Blast 2. That one is a lot more expensive than this shoe, but what you get with that shoe, you get a lighter package. You get a more responsive, a little bit firmer shoe, but it still can accommodate all the runs that this run can do. So it's going to eat up your daily miles. It's a great long run shoe. This shoe is probably a little bit softer and a little more rocketed. The next shoe I'll mention is the Saucony Hurricane 24. So that is another big, beefy max cushion shoe that is going to really feel great on those easy days, those recovery days, and those long and slow long runs. That one has also got a little bit of a supporting element in it, but it's not overly supportive if you need that. And the last one I'll mention is a shoe that I actually haven't run in yet, but I'm looking to get into, and that's the brand new Brooks Glycerin Max. So from all accounts, it looks pretty similar to this shoe, some nitro foam, big slab of that, and it's nicely rocketed as well. So Puma have absolutely nailed it here, I think. So it is such an amazing shoe. It's a pleasure to run in. It's so easy to run in. Yeah, for such a big, chunky shoe, it looks great as well. Really keen to see what they do with the next model of this. What I'd love to see, make it a little bit lighter, a little bit cheaper, and maybe give us a little taste of that Nitro Elite foam inside this other Nitro foam. Then I think this shoe would be absolutely perfect. But as you can see there, amazing scores, cracked into the 40s. As again, probably missed a few points there just by the weight and the price. But apart from that, oh, great shoe, definite buy from me. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. Any questions you've got regarding this shoe or how it relates to anything else, please just ask me in the comments below. But thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.